All right, Aaron, let's pivot now to that call between President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin, which is said to be happening as we speak, you and I. What have we heard from the White House? Do we expect a readout? I know that the president never lets anybody know what he has discussed with Russian President Vladimir Putin. I can't recall the last time we actually got a readout from one of the president's, this president's calls with foreign leaders, but maybe we can expect one?
White House officials said yesterday that they would provide a readout after this very crucial call that we have learned was expected at least to start at 9, potentially end at 11 a.m. But President Trump was asked earlier this week about potential concessions that would be discussed during this call. He brought up a power plant in Ukraine under Russian control since 2022, a potential sticking point since it's one of the largest in Europe, and Ukraine has called on Russia to leave control of that power plant. Trump also talked about a division of assets referring to land. And we also heard from National Security Advisor Mike Waltz over the weekend say and question whether it's realistic to push all Russian troops out of Ukrainian territory, waiting to see if there's any concessions Trump can get from Russia, who has not accepted the ceasefire agreement that the U.S. laid out in Ukraine, at least in terms of the 30-day ceasefire, has agreed to.
And as you know, Aaron, of course, that nuclear power plant, Zaporizhzhia, is actually in Ukraine's territory, in Ukraine's sovereign border, but it is in Russian-controlled territory at the moment. All right, Aaron Navarro for us at the White House. Thank you, Aaron.
Take care.
All right, while President Putin has said that he accepts the idea of a ceasefire, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy does not believe the Russian leader is ready to end the war. CBS News senior foreign correspondent Holly Williams has more from Ukraine.
President Trump says negotiations with Russia are at a critical stage, and he'll discuss land and power plants with Vladimir Putin on their call today. Now, Russia's occupying around 20% of Ukraine, has laid claim to even more, and likely wants international recognition for the land that it seized. And Russian forces have occupied the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant since 2022, with fighting in that area repeatedly sparking fears of a radiological disaster. Ukraine's already agreed to a 30-day ceasefire proposed by the US, and last week Putin said he supported it in principle, but with conditions. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy accused the Russian leader of using delaying tactics. And after invading this country twice and breaking previous agreements, many Ukrainians believe Putin cannot be trusted to stick to his word. If Ukraine gives up some of its territory permanently to Russia, it could help secure a ceasefire. But many here and in Europe fear that it would set a dangerous precedent, rewarding Vladimir Putin for his bloody invasion of Ukraine and perhaps even encouraging him to start more wars. Back to you.
All right, Holly, thank you very much. We're going to have much more on that call when we get a readout, as you just heard from Aaron Navarro later on today.